is part of cloud computing. Ramesh,
thanks very much. Good afternoon to all of you. Maybe a good time because hopefully we are not going to put you to sleep. Normally what happens is any conference after lunch is a session to nap. I'm going to ensure that we will wake you up, and I ask Seshadri to ask some questions. Last time we talked about cloud computing. It's a new buzz, new philosophies, and new way of doing business. How many of us really worry about how water is being supplied to your home? How many of us worry about how TV broadcast happens? You turn on the TV, it works. How many of us worry about power generation unit or grid? We don't bother about them. When people talked about computing, a lot of people used to think it's so complex. Business changes, technology changes. It's a nightmare to manage it. A set of people who wear ties sits in the glass cabins and tries to run and tell us what we should do. And that was the kind of a perception, or it's not even a perception, it's a reality, in fact. Days changed, and technology companies started looking alternate ways of reducing the cost, making this business what we term in business world is ROI. What is my return on investment? Because I was in ITT in industries about a decade back. When we talked about upgrading Oracle 7 to 8, the first question the senior VP running that division asked me, is my insurance business goes up, will I get more insurance? I said, no, we can't make more accidents on the road to create insurance. Right? So his question is, why should I spend? Right? So from that kind of a question, how will I reduce my cost of operation? What is my return on investment? What is my capex? Because there are two, I think I talked about these two terminologies called the capex and the opex. That's a very popular terminology, CAPEX. That's called a capital expenditure. And opex is the operating expenditure. So any CIO of a company, anybody who runs the business says two things. How do I reduce my capex? Should I keep on buying IBM mainframes, IBM Z series, P series, X series? That's one question. So every 2 years, you guys come up with a new chip, P5, P6, P7. Should I be investing in it? What do I do with those boxes? In fact, I ran a huge organization within IBM. Every year, we recycle the hardware, not because we love it, because the cost of maintenance of that after 3 years of depreciation makes no sense for us to retain it. Only place that we can find, maybe in eBay or in some school. We go and donate it. Take it, guys. Learn. Because it's much more expensive to manage it, right? So the very driver of this cloud computing is to drive the cost down. Underneath the cloud computing is all this virtualization. I'm not sure. I have not seen his slides. So whether he's going to talk about virtualization at the operating system level, I'm not sure whether he's going to talk about virtualization at the SAN level, because is it the SVCs, or is it the operating system like Zen, VMware? On top of it, we use it. The very idea of virtualization is use the box optimally. And we always, because I run the Oracle line of business for IBM, when I go and look at my web server, my app server for some of the largest customer, they're used like 25%, 30%. Whereas my database uses like 90%. We keep on replacing the database, making big and big and big. So far, we have not been successful to leverage that 80% of unutilized capacity at the another tier. So what does this virtualization brings in? The first thing is we are able to move the load. On demand, we meet the business, we meet the demand load of the customer. If one customer has not fully used his system, since it's all, I don't know that he's going to talk about LPAS or micro-partitioning, we move the load between the systems. So it would be interesting to hear the continuity. What we started as a cloud computing, I took an example of Walmart planning to start its business without knowing how big a giant that they're going to be. Today, their inventory management may be requiring hundreds and thousands of machines. The supply chain requires hundreds and thousands of machines. I don't believe that even today they can forecast their workload. Workload varies depending upon the seasonality. What is Diwali in India? What is Christmas in America or England? All this drives more and more load. Now, when we go back to them, when you go back to these kind of clients, we talk about CapEx. We say, you don't have to invest. Come on, we will take care of you. It's cloud, on demand, we'll host for you. You don't have to worry about engineering your network bandwidth. You don't have to worry about engineering your storage management. You don't have to worry about backing up. You don't have to worry about development. We take you to the next releases. We'll put you Windows 6 to 7, whatever it is. We'll take you to AIX 5 to 6, P5 to P6, all this. And we'll be running multiple operating systems on a single platform.